When I started my web design business, I swore I would never ever do cold outreach, and almost 4 years on and multiple six figures in clients later, I've still never ever sent a cold email or DM. Every single one of my clients has come to me. And so in this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how you can do the same. Whether you're trying to land your first client or you just want to increase the number and quality of leads coming into your business, this video is going to help you do just that. This is the third video in a 5-part series sharing with you exactly how I 10x my income while streaming my web design business down to less than 4 hours a day. And while I'll be using web design as an example, if you're anyone trying to find clients online, then this video is going to give you a step-by-step guide to create a system to unlock unlimited clients in your business without spending hours on marketing and chasing cold leads. So we're going to get straight into it. And the first thing you need to understand is that there's only 2 ways to get customers or clients. Option 1 is called push marketing. This is when you chase strangers relentlessly and push whatever it is that you do onto them, whether they like it or not, until eventually someone says yes. And option 2 is pull marketing. So this is when you create a world that pulls people in, so customers and clients are naturally drawn to you. The first feels icky and exhausting for both you and the people that you're reaching out to, and the second is a much more sustainable, long-term and efficient strategy if you know how to do it right. Which is why, in my opinion, cold outreach is a complete waste of time in 2024. Every single time I get a message with someone trying to pitch me their services, and I get a lot of them, the first thing I try and do is find them on social media, and if I don't find anything, I delete the message and move on. Every service provider that I've worked with or course that I've bought, first I binged their content and learned as much as I could. I liked what they were saying, I trusted them, and then when I was ready to buy, they stuck at the top of my mind and I reached out to them. Which is why, as a creative or a service provider, you have to build a personal brand. Now, I know some of you watching this are starting from zero, you've never created content before, and so this is going to be intimidating for you. Maybe you compare yourself to accounts like mine with 40,000 followers and think, of course you're attracting clients, but for you, this feels completely out of reach. I promise you it's not. You can start attracting clients online way quicker than you think, and you don't need a large audience or to go viral to do it. It's taken me 4 years to grow this audience here, but I have been consistently attracting clients on this account the entire time, even when it felt like no one was watching. All of my clients have said to me, I love your content, I've been following you for so long. Not a single one of them ever commented or liked on any of my videos before reaching out to me. Even if you're putting out content that only gets 100 views, this is still enough to attract your first client if you're creating the right type of content that gets them interested in your offer and ready to buy from you, which is exactly what we're going to be covering in this video. And so the first thing we need to do is pick a platform. Now, the biggest mistake that a lot of people make when they start trying to build their brand on social media is trying to get on every single platform at once. Now, while I do recommend making accounts on all the different platforms now so you can keep the same username, if you start trying to post on all the different platforms at once, you're going to burn out and you're unlikely to see any real results. What works on each platform is very different, and so to start, I want you to pick one and focus all your energy on that. You might have seen those videos of people automating and repurposing hundreds of pieces of content across 5 different platforms, but a system like this that actually works takes a long time to build up, and so if you start here, you will fail. For me, I chose to focus all my energy on TikTok, and now only after 3 years am I branching out into a second platform here. And so the 2 questions that you want to think about when you're choosing your platform is, do my audience hang out here? And does the type of content that works on this platform suit me, my strengths, and my personality? At the end of the day, I truly believe that you can have success and find clients on any platform, but for me, when you're building a personal brand and trying to convert paying customers, and so you're really trying to build that connection with people, short form video is where it's at. And TikTok has the lowest barrier for entry with this. On Instagram, your videos need to be a little more polished, and they also need to have a little less depth to them, so it takes longer to build up that trust and that connection. But on TikTok, a raw talking head video with a good hook and some real substance to it, and you're good. So if you want my advice, start with that. But regardless of which platform you choose, there's only one thing you need to be successful. And that is a content strategy that is designed to attract clients and make you money. Without this, you could spend hours putting together content on all these platforms. You could even go viral, and it would be a complete waste of time. I know creators with hundreds of thousands of followers, but they're struggling to even make 10K a month because they haven't figured out this next part. But just this one platform with less than 40,000 followers attracted every single one of my clients for the past 3 years and brings in on average $5,000 per month in digital product sales. And so step 1 of creating content that converts starts with knowing exactly who you're talking to and what problems you're solving for them. And this is more than just picking a niche or choosing a generic category of people. All of your content should be talking to a specific person with the aim of helping them get from point A, which is where your client is currently and what they're struggling with right now, to point B, which is where they want to be and the positive outcomes that you help them get. Now, if you're unclear on your audience and this transformation right here, then you're going to want to watch my previous video. This is going to take you through putting together this brand story script that will really make this clear for you. For example, my client's point A is that they have a DIY website that isn't effectively attracting potential clients, and so they're struggling to attract higher budget clients to grow their business. And their point B is all these positive outcomes that my web design services can help them get. So it's set yourself apart in your industry, attract higher budget clients, more money and more time freedom in your business, and actually grow your business and confidently raise your rates. So the goal of your content is to share everything you know that will help this person go from point A to point B. You're on their side, you're rooting for them, you want to see them get this transformation right here, and so you're not holding anything back. This is how you create superfans that cannot wait to throw their money at you. The goal is to show off your knowledge, show that you're the expert, and show that you know exactly how to help them get where they want to be. And this comes back to the strategy that I shared with you in the first video, and that is share everything for free and then sell the implementation. Don't hold things back because you're worried that people won't pay you if you give everything away. Your service or your product is like the fast track lane to get your client from point A to point B. Your content lays it all out there for them, shows them what they're missing and why they're struggling to achieve these outcomes. And so they could binge your content and spend 2 years trying to implement all this themselves, or they could work with you and this fast track lane could get them the result that they want in 3 months. And so it's the higher budget clients that you want that are going to be the ones to choose this option. So what you want to do is write down all the things in between point A and point B, and this is everything that your content can cover. And this is far more effective at reaching your audience than just choosing a niche. For example, if your niche is web design, then this could cover everything from this is why you need a website to here's the messaging that your website is missing that's stopping you attracting those higher budget clients. Now, this is why you need a website is completely irrelevant to my ideal client right here. They're 2 to 3 years into their business. They already have a website that they built themselves, but now they need an expert to help them upgrade it. So if this is the content that you're putting out, they're going to see this and think, I already know this, and scroll right past it. This type of content here is only going to attract people at the very beginning stages of their business. So they're still in the DIY phase, they're just getting started, and they don't have the budget to be investing in a web designer. If I was trying to sell DIY website templates, then this type of content would be perfect, but I'm not. So these people are not my ideal client right now. And so the difference between attracting the right type of clients that have the money to invest in your service and the low budget clients that don't is knowing the exact situation that your ideal clients are in and speaking directly to them in your content. And so this really comes with experience, and the more you talk to your audience and actually work with clients, then this will become much clearer. And so once you have this figured out, step 2 is knowing exactly what type of content is going to get your audience to take action and apply to work with you or buy from you. And this is all about this sales funnel here. These are the steps that you need to take someone from not knowing anything about you and who you are to becoming a paying customer. And the goal of your content is to take them through this sales funnel. And so to do this, there are 3 types of content that you need to be creating. You have your top of funnel, and this is to get attention and grow your audience. And then you have your middle of funnel. This is to nurture your audience, pique their curiosity about how you can help them, and then build connection and trust. And then 3 is your bottom of funnel, and this is your trigger content to get them to buy or work with you. Now, this probably seems a bit abstract, so let's break this down. So your top of funnel content is your outreach content, and this is for people who have no idea who you are. These are your viral content ideas, and they're designed to get attention and build your audience. And so these are going to be more surface level. They're going to be shorter and relatable to a broader audience, and usually you want to provoke a reaction and get people to comment. And then your middle of funnel is the bulk of your content, and this is your nurture content. So if this is for people who have seen you before but don't really know what you're about, maybe they followed you because of this viral video, and now you need to build trust and get them curious about your service. And so this content should show off your expertise and establish you as an expert, and then show that you know how to solve your audience's problems. This content is like planting a garden for your audience to enjoy. So this is the content that we want people to binge when they come onto your page. It's going to be packed with value and make them so impressed with your expertise that they're immediately ready to buy from you. And then lastly is your conversion content, and this is for people who already love you and want to give you money. So this is your direct sales content leading to a specific call to action. And so for this content, you usually want to show the transformation that your service or your product offers. So for example, recently my client came to me with this problem. Here's how we solved it, and then show your client process, and then here's how we can do the same for you. And then at the end of this video, you would send someone straight to your link in bio where you will have your sales page linked up directly here. Again, if you don't have this set up yet, just watch my previous video, which will take you through step by step how to create this sales page. So the percentages here are just a rough guide, but the basic idea is that you want to make sure to give more than you take. So a rule rule of thumb is 80% value and 20% sales. For example, if you're creating 5 TikToks a week, you might create 4 value-packed videos, one of these being a shorter and more surface level video designed to go viral, and then 1 sales video showing off your process with a call to action to work with you. Or another way that you could do this is 1 outreach video for nurture and just add a call to action at the end of your nurture videos, directing them to your service if they want help implementing what they've just learned. The important part is don't be afraid to include that call to action to trigger people to actually apply to work with you. And so if you're just starting out, you're still learning how to even make this content here, I don't want to leave you feeling overwhelmed. I want to make sure that by the end of this video, you have the exact steps that you can take every single week to attract those first clients. And so the number one thing that you need is a system to make this easy to get started and keep you consistent. Because I'm not going to lie to you, so much of being an entrepreneur is the ability to put yourself out there for weeks, even months at a time without seeing any results. And so if you don't have a clear system that you follow with actions that you just focus on doing every single week, you're likely to give up before you see results. And so let me give you a peek at the system that I use. And you can get this Notion template below if you want to use it for yourself. And so inside here, I break down my content creation into 5 stages. The first is idea generation, scripting, filming, editing, and posting. And so each of these phases are time blocked into my calendar every single week. And this is important because this is your marketing. When you start booking clients, you want to make sure that you still leave room for this, because this is the thing that's going to grow your business and give you leverage to make you more money in the future. So time blocking these into your calendar is also going to help you figure out what you have time to do consistently each and every week. And so included in this content template below, I walk you through exactly how I carry out each of these phases. And what you need is a very clear process that you follow so that you never sit down feeling overwhelmed each week. If you're out of content ideas, I have a system here to help you research and find out what's working in your niche so you can recreate this content. And when you're writing a script, there's a clear outline here with prompts to follow so that you have the structure for a video that's going to get and maintain attention. And so be patient with yourself. This is going to take time right here, and you want to give yourself that time. Please ignore all these videos with, this is how I get AI to script 1 year of content in only 5 minutes bullshit. If you want to use AI to help get the ideas flowing, then that's fine, but AI is not going to write you a content plan that's going to genuinely connect with your customers and make you money. So if you're starting from zero, I want you to make sure not to focus too much on these viral content ideas. All your content needs to do right now is show that you know how to solve your ideal clients' problems. So show off your knowledge, show your client process, show the results that this helps your clients get. And so start with this list right here of all the things that are going to get your client from point A to point B that you're qualified to help them with. Over time, as you get better at creating content and you learn how to get attention on these platforms, you will find out what these viral content ideas are for you. For example, you might have a video that does better than others, and so then you can recreate this again and double down on what worked. And this is how you discover what this outreach content is for you. Now, I know when you start creating content, this is when the imposter syndrome really kicks in. And so if this is you, you feel like you're still learning, and who are you to get on here and tell anyone else what to do? What I want you to do is adopt this mindset of sharing instead of telling. When you learn something interesting that's going to help your ideal client, just share it with them. As long as it's relevant and it's speaking directly to the person that you're trying to attract, don't overthink it too much. This is exactly what I was doing with my content when I first started. I was learning a lot about messaging and sales psychology, and so every time I got excited by an idea, I just hopped on TikTok and shared it. You don't have to be the all-knowing expert. You can just be a helpful guide on your client's journey to get where they need to be. And then over time, you'll start to build this confidence. If you take a scroll through my old TikTok videos, I'm not nearly as confident here as I am now. These are very messy videos, and yet I was still booking clients because the value is there. And so be patient with yourself and give yourself time, because once you start getting this right, you will never go back. Your audience, your business will continue to grow, and eventually you will have a client generating machine bringing you in leads on autopilot. The most important part is to just start. The reality is that 80% of booking clients is not that complicated. It's just getting visible and getting in front of people. So once you start putting yourself out there, sooner or later you will attract your first client, and it will probably happen sooner than you think. But if you do want to speed up this process, then there's one other thing that I want you to put in your calendar every single week. And so I call this non-needy networking. While you're just starting out and building up your audience, if you want to increase the chances that one of these people will turn into a paying customer, here's what I want you to do. When someone follows you or comments on your video and they look like they could be a potential client, I want you to just have a little message message written out, ready to send over to them. So here's an example of one that someone sent to me. Hey Anna, welcome to my little community here. If there's anything I can help you with or answer for you, feel free to let me know. Hope you're having an amazing day, week, and year so far. P.S. This is not an automated message. As soon as I saw that, immediately this creator stuck in my mind. And even if someone doesn't reply, they're still going to be much more likely to remember you. And this is not the same as cold outreach. You're not trying to sell people. You're genuinely showing an interest in people, their business, and what they're doing. You want to offer them value and build relationships. So what you want to do is just start a conversation and find out more about what they're trying to do. So maybe you find out that they have a Shopify website, and so then you make a video that you think they would find valuable and send it over to them. And it actually doesn't even need to be your video. It could be someone else's. They're still going to relate that value to you. And what this does is it puts you in the front of their mind when they need what you have to offer. And then for people that you do build more of a connection with and have a great conversation, later on you can just send over your sales page and say, hey, I just launched a new service that helps audience get result. If you know of anyone that would find this valuable, please forward it to them. This is so simple. It doesn't feel icky, and they are far more likely to keep you in mind if they ever do need your service than if you message people saying, I'll build you a website, pay me. If that's you, stop doing that. And so if you do this plus everything else in this video, it is almost impossible that you won't start attracting clients. And once you do, the best part is yet to come. Once you start to gather your first few clients and do great work for them, then you start to unlock a second source of clients. And this is the real key to unlocking endless clients in your business, especially if you don't want to be spending hours on content creation every single week. Over the past year, I haven't had to take on a single new client from social media because all of my clients are now referrals. And these are also my favorite types of clients because they're easy to close. When they come to you, they don't need any convincing, and they're also easy to charge more because they already trust you. But you're unlikely to get referrals if you just sit around waiting for them to come to you. And so the last thing that I want to share with you is a simple 3-step referral strategy. And step 1 is to ask for them. And this sounds obvious, but most people don't do this. And don't just ask once, you have to keep going back and following up at regular intervals. The second thing you can do is create a referral offer. So for example, $100 off for you and a friend when you refer a new client. And so you can do this with past clients, but you can also do it with other service providers that complement your own. So for example, if you're a web designer, then you might pair up with a copywriter or a photographer and vice versa. And you can also do this with almost clients. And so this is anyone that you've had a conversation with, even if you didn't end up working together. Just send them a nice message. For example, completely understand this isn't for you right now, but if that ever changes or you come across someone else this might be a good fit for, then here's $100 off for both you and a friend. And then most importantly, step 3 is you want to make sure that you ask at the right time. You want to ask for referrals when your client is most happy and most excited about your work. And so most people presume that this is at the end of the project, but this is actually wrong. Your customer is most happy and excited about your service within 48 hours after they decide to work with you. This is the part of the project that leaves the biggest lasting impression on your client and also confirms them that they made the right decision and that what you do is valuable and worth their money. So if you want to keep your clients happy and increase your referrals, it's not just about the results you get them, although this definitely helps, but you also want to wow them with a seamless client experience that's going to make them love you, which is exactly what I'm going to show you how to do in the next video. So hit subscribe and I'll see you there.